So it starts off not too bad, not super steep, but then you can see right here, it drops down. So you can either go straight, off to the left a little bit, or off to the right. So normally I drop right about here and then in. And this is where it gets, you got some choices to make. So you can see it's pretty technical. It looks a little wet today, so we gotta be careful, but I'll probably take this line here because that's pretty chunky and it's looks like it might be a little loose, so I'm not going to take my chances. But and it's fairly steep, so and then it kind of flattens out, then connects again to another section that takes you down to one of the cross trails right where Fox Den and Bear Cave are. Welcome back, riders. Thanks for coming along. Thanks for tuning in. Really appreciate it. So we're going to do some downhill stuff today in King's Forest. You've seen me do a lot of really cross-country and kind of technical stuff. But there's actually a lot of fun downhills in King's as well. The easiest way to get to the first one that we're going to, which is called Rough Neighborhood, is the parking lot just at the intersection of Pritchard and Mud Street. It's essentially a dead end. So this used to be the old Mud Street that would go straight through before they put the Red Hill Parkway in. So you can enter right here. There's a main trail here on the left, which we're going to take, and that will take us into King's Forest. And it's going to connect us with Rough Neighborhood, which is coming up on the right. There's also a little trail off to my left, which is meant for mountain biking. This is just kind of a fire road almost, but it's just the easiest way to get there. And that other trail is not that exciting, to be honest with you. So, but yeah, today we're going to ride some downhills, some fun stuff. Something a little different on my channel, and here's the entrance to get into Rough Neighborhood off to the right. So it's a little bit of a narrow, longer path to get there, but once you get there, it gets a lot of fun. So yeah, this is a pretty rocky and technical downhill. It's not super long, and there's a couple of sections. The first one's quite steep and rocky. The second one is quite rocky, but not as steep. And then we have a dirt path, which takes you right to the bottom under the bridge, which is can be pretty tricky too, depending on the conditions. So I think the key here is to choose the right line, and ride at your own skill level. Don't pick the hardest line right away. But definitely make sure your seat is down. So here we go. This one's Rough Neighborhood, guys. Definitely a trickier one, you can see. Pretty cool though. You can catch some speed at the bottom. And then you get into this rocky, techy area here. A lot of loose rocks, but pretty fun. And then that leads to this dirt section that I was telling you about, which you can catch some speed on too. It's not very long, but you got a little bridge that comes up right at the end that you got to make sure you know is there. and then that leads us under the bridge. And pardon me, and it'll connect us to the main path that'll bring us into Kings again, where we'll access the other trails. So yeah, rough neighborhood, guys, pretty fun. I've been practicing that one. I'm gonna eventually change my line and try and hit some of the little more technical stuff. But for now, I'm happy with my progress. That one's a lot of fun. Next one up is gonna be fence line, guys. So we'll be there in a sec. All right, we're on our way to fence line. So fence line's probably, I would say, the longest, not the steepest, but it definitely, you can definitely catch some speed on there. So, and there's a few tricky spots. Not a whole lot of pedaling on this trail, but there is a couple climbs that you have to kind of put some effort into. But as long as you've got enough speed, you should be able to get through this thing pretty good. There's a couple ways you can actually access this trail. So there's a little bit of a twisty, kind of windy section that connects to this right here, which is essentially fence line, but it's like pre-fence line trail. So this is where fence line basically starts. This is where all the fun starts. It looks flat, but you got a slope that just kind of eventually gets steeper. Nice little fun section here. So yeah, you gotta pedal a little bit. Gain some speed. I would recommend running this a few times before you come full speed on it, but it is pretty narrow. But there are sections where you want to put the seat down, like here. That's a super fun little section. This is pretty narrow, so you got to be careful there. And again, it flattens out a little bit. Coming on my left is the entrance to GPS trail. Right here. Fence line stays straight. So it gets pretty gnarly in here. So you want to be careful. There's lots of ruts. There we go. Then it connects to the fire road. Basically, this is like a walking path. Most people, when they come down here, they use this trail. Walk their dogs and stuff. So yeah, that was fence line, guys. Super cool trail. You can catch some serious speed on there. But if you don't know the trail, you can get yourself into trouble. So my recommendation is ride it a few times, get to know the little nuances of it, and then give her. You can get some adrenaline going in you. All right, guys, so next trail we're gonna head to is called Lineman. So there's three that shoot directly off of where we were up top there. One's called Lineman, One's called Coco. So we're gonna check all of those out. All right, guys, next up we have linemen. This is considered a blue. You can access it from the main trail. There's a little gap jump there. I'm not gonna do that today. I'm still working on my jumps. Got some twist to it. That is lineman, guys. Super fun little trail. It's not too long, but it's quick. All right, so the reason you probably clicked on this was because of the title, and they've kind of ruined parts of King's Forest. This one's called Uka. It's pretty fun. Nice little roller, another little roller. So once you get over that, and then you kind of come up this little tiny climb here, and then you would transition into another little slope right here. You catch speed, and right at the end here, right here, there used to be a gap jump, and it's no longer here. Nice. There was a wooden little small drop here. It was wooden. And then right here, where you can see there used to be something. There used to be the wooden drop, the bigger one. And that attracted a lot of people here. But unfortunately, hikers think they own the trails. And a lot of these trails have been built by bikers. Mountain bikers specifically, and they've complained about it, and the city came in and they removed it. They removed both the wooden drops. They got rid of the one gap jump. Now you can see there's still some jumps left in here, so God, I don't know if they're gonna come back with equipment or not and flatten it out, but I sure hope not, because this is a fun area to ride, and now it's ruined. So, I mean, in this area, in Kings, all the single track that you see in here was built by mountain bikers, specifically for riding a mountain bike. Hikers are welcome, but they were built by mountain bikers so mountain bikers can get out here and enjoy themselves, practice, enjoy what they love to do, get better. But now they can't do that with some of these features because they're gone. So if you're a hiker and you're watching this video, thank you very much. So yeah, you would roll in right here, climb up that, drop, and then you drop off, and there'd be another little jump right there. But that's all gone. It's pretty slick in here today. But like, it's frustrating. There are a couple jumps left though. Do some pedaling and then hit that. Hit the drop, hit the jump, and then back up the hill. It's pretty sad, man, pretty sad. That's okay. Hi. So if you like jumps, you can still practice some of your jumping skills, which I've been doing today. I got a lot of work to do, unfortunately, and then we've got another jump here. That one's fun too. But these guys have ruined it. Anyway, that's my rant. All right, this is Coco, guys. It's a gap jump there. Eventually we're gonna hit that. Another gap jump right there. Super cool super cool drop at the end of this. Pretty techy. Drop. You catch a lot of speed coming down there. Super fun run though. As soon as I master my gap jumps, I'm going to be hitting that and hitting those gaps as well. Not taking any chances today though. Let me know what you thought of that one, guys. Super cool trail. Love that one. Gets pretty steep there for a little bit too. I kind of took the easy way around down there in the middle there, but pretty cool, challenging run. Love that trail. There's a lot of cool options in here. Lots of fun places that you can practice your skills. All right, next trail, next downhill is unnamed. It's been here a while. I'm not sure who made it, but it's pretty cool because there's a rock drop and then it filters out and then you're back downhill again in a very rocky, techy section. So here comes the drop. Love that drop. I'm getting better at it too, which is cool. So you come out here. You have a couple options, but see, it's pretty rocky, pretty techy, and you can catch some speed. Loose rocks in here too. Gotta watch how fast you're going. Then you filter over into here, and then another fairly steep and techy looking section. You slide around a little bit. All the way to the bottom to the Red Hill Creek. Super fun trail. And it's absolutely gorgeous down here. The bridge for Mount Fuji is just straight that way. But we're also going to be checking out another trail. Not today, but later on. We'll probably do another video down here. There's one called Creekside. It's a black diamond. It's pretty technical as well. But yeah, guys, that was a cool little trail. Hopefully you liked it. All right, guys, Mount Fuji. This is a fun one.
Okay, let's go.
Start off with a little roller. Lots of tech on this one. You can get some speed coming down here. Not a lot of pedaling. Let's see if that tree is still here. Doesn't look like it, so. I'm glad that was cleared out of the way. I found the key to this trail is just to keep moving, not try to avoid too much. There's gonna be a few spots like this one where you slow down. But I think the more you roll, the better you're gonna be off. And it doesn't get any easier near the end. Lots of tech on this one, and a nice ending on the bridge. All right, riders, thanks for coming along today. Super fun day. A lot of really cool downhill trails here in Kings Forest. If you haven't come here, I recommend you do and check them out. And honestly, there's like a really good selection of different types of trails too. Plenty of like rocky, technical, cross country, downhill. There's a lot of jumps. And as you saw, there's that jump section. Unfortunately, the drop's been taken out, but it's still fun. There's a section with 4 or 5 gap jumps in it. So it's got a bit of everything for everybody. Guys, I really appreciate it. Remember, like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications so you know when I have new content. And guys, we'll see you on the next ride. Cheers. Hey there. How you doing? Good, thank you.